Only 1% of people have these 7 high vibration signs, and if you're watching this right now, there's a reason. Most people move through life without ever realizing that energy is the invisible force shaping everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your surroundings, even the people in your life, they are all a reflection of your vibration. But not everyone operates at the same level. Some people are stuck in dense, heavy energy where struggle, stress, and negativity dominate their reality. Others rise above, vibrating at such a high level that life itself seems to rearrange around them, bending to their frequency, effortlessly creating synchronicities, success, and deep fulfillment. The difference is massive. And right now you need to know if you belong to the rare 1% who have reached this level. The first sign is something most people ignore because it goes against everything they've been taught. If you are one of the rare few vibrating at the highest frequency, you no longer feel like you need external validation. You don't chase approval. You don't seek permission. You don't wait for someone else to tell you that you are good enough. Why? Because the highest vibration is pure alignment, and when you are in alignment, you don't need confirmation. You simply know. This changes everything. The way you walk into a room, the way people respond to you, the way opportunities unfold in your life, it all shifts because confidence is no longer something you practice. It's something you are. But this kind of confidence isn't loud. It's not about ego. It's about a deep, unshakable inner state that says, I am exactly where I am meant to be. When you have this, people feel it before you even speak. And the ones who operate on lower frequencies, they either gravitate toward you, hoping to absorb that energy, or they disappear from your life entirely because they cannot exist in your field. But what if you feel moments of doubt? What if you sometimes slip into questioning your path?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
That brings us to the second sign. You experience synchronicities so often that you can no longer dismiss them as coincidences. The right person calls you at the exact moment you need them. You think about something and minutes later, you see a clear sign pointing you in that direction. Numbers like 1111, 222, or 777 seem to follow you wherever you go. These are not random. This is energy in motion. When you vibrate at the highest level, reality itself starts communicating with you in ways that most people ignore. The universe stops whispering and starts speaking in ways that are undeniable. Some call it luck. Some call it divine guidance. But those who truly understand energy know that this is just the natural effect of being in full alignment. Nothing is happening to you anymore, it's happening through you. The third sign is one that many people fear, but it is actually one of the greatest blessings. If you are truly vibrating at a high level, you start losing people from your life, sometimes unexpectedly, sometimes painfully. But this isn't loss, it's refinement. It's an energetic reset. When your vibration rises, anything or anyone that is not aligned with that energy will either elevate with you or be forced to exit. This is why friendships that once felt strong suddenly dissolve, why relationships that seemed unbreakable start to feel heavy, why you find yourself naturally withdrawing from places, habits, or situations that no longer resonate. This is not rejection. This is expansion. And while most people cling to what is falling away, the ones who truly understand high vibration let go without resistance. Because what is coming next is always greater than what is being left behind. Always. And this leads directly to the fourth sign. You stop feeling drained by negativity. It's not that negativity no longer exists in the world, it's that it no longer affects you. You don't get caught in pointless arguments. You don't feel the need to defend your energy. You don't waste time proving yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Why? Because your frequency has risen above the level where negativity operates. It's like trying to throw a rock into the sky. It doesn't matter how hard you throw, it's never going to reach the sun. That's what happens when you vibrate at the highest frequency. Negativity, drama, fear, and toxic energy simply do not reach you anymore because they cannot survive in your field. And if something does manage to challenge you, you don't react, you observe. You see it for what it is, an energy that has nothing to do with you. This is why the highest vibrational beings are the most unshakable. They don't need to fight battles that were never meant for them in the first place. The fifth sign is something that changes the very way you experience life. When you vibrate at the highest frequency, time no longer feels the same. Some days feel like weeks. Some weeks feel like moments. You start experiencing time in a way that bends around your energy rather than pulling you forward like a force you cannot control. Have you ever been so deeply in flow that hours passed like minutes? Or have you ever had a moment so powerful that it felt like time stood still? That is not random. That is your vibration shifting your experience of time itself. People who live in lower frequencies feel trapped by time, always rushing, always waiting, always feeling behind. But the highest vibrational beings move differently. They are not chasing time. They are in sync with it. And because of that, things happen exactly when they are meant to, without delay, without pressure, without force. And now we reach the sixth sign, the most powerful shift that happens when your vibration reaches its peak. You stop chasing happiness. You stop seeking success. You stop trying to fill some invisible gap that society has convinced you exists. Instead, you realize that you already are everything you were looking for. This is not about ignoring ambition. This is about understanding that joy, fulfillment, and peace do not come from external achievements. They come from within. And the irony? The moment you stop chasing, everything starts coming to you effortlessly. The right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences, they all start arriving without struggle, because your energy is no longer one of seeking, it is one of having. And the universe responds accordingly. The seventh and final sign is the most undeniable proof that you are vibrating at the highest level. You have an unshakable knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. No more second guessing. No more doubting. No more waiting for signs that you are on the right path. Because you are the path. And when you live from this state, there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to question. There is only the deep, undeniable certainty that you are exactly who you were always meant to be. And that is the highest vibration of all. But this is just the beginning. Because once you have these 7 signs, reality itself starts shifting in ways that most people cannot even comprehend. What happens next will challenge everything you think you know about what is possible. What if I told you that the highest vibrational beings can influence events before they even happen? That the very fabric of reality starts bending around their energy? That time, manifestation, and even the laws of physics are not as rigid as we were taught to believe. Stay with me, because what comes next will change everything. When you vibrate at the highest frequency, reality no longer responds to you in the same way it does for everyone else. The 7 signs aren't just indicators, they are access points to something much bigger, something that very few ever realize is possible. At this level, life is not a series of random events. It is a precise, intelligent system reacting to your state of being in real time. This is why those who reach this frequency often start noticing things happening before they actually happen. A shift in energy before a major event. a feeling about someone before they speak, a knowing that something is coming long before any logical evidence appears. Most people dismiss these moments as coincidences, but those who truly understand vibration recognize them for what they are: the natural result of tuning into a higher level of awareness where the ordinary rules of time and space no longer apply. And this is where things start getting even more surreal. Because at this vibration, manifestation is no longer a process, it is instant. There is no delay between thought and reality. The moment something enters your awareness, the conditions for its existence are already in motion. This is why the highest vibrational beings don't operate from a place of wanting. They don't sit around visualizing and hoping for things to appear. They simply decide, and the world bends to meet them. To most, this seems impossible, but only because they are used to operating at a lower frequency where effort and time are required to bridge the gap between thought and reality. But at the highest vibration, there is no gap. There is only immediate alignment. This is why certain people seem to have an effortless flow in life, while others struggle. It has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do with privilege. It has everything to do with energy. Those who live in struggle are vibrating at a level where resistance is the dominant force. Every decision, every action, every outcome feels like a battle because they are energetically out of sync with what they desire. But those at the highest vibration never fight for anything. They don't need to. They move differently. They think differently. And because of that, the universe responds differently. Have you ever met someone who seemed to attract everything with ease, as if the entire world was working in their favor? That is not an accident. That is frequency in action. But here's where it gets even more powerful. When you vibrate at this level, not only does reality shift to accommodate you, but the very fabric of your body and mind starts changing. Your thoughts become sharper. Your emotions become clearer. Your physical body even starts adjusting itself to match the energy you are carrying. There are countless documented cases of people who, after raising their vibration, have experienced spontaneous healing, increased energy, and even changes in their appearance. This is not a placebo effect. This is physics. Your body is made of energy, and when your vibration reaches its highest state, every cell in your being begins to function at its peak. This is why certain monks, yogis, and spiritual masters have been able to live decades longer than the average human, why they have been documented surviving in conditions that should have been fatal, why they radiate a presence that people can feel before they even speak. And then there is time. The moment your vibration reaches this level, your relationship with time itself changes. You no longer feel rushed. You no longer feel trapped by the past or anxious about the future. Time bends around you instead of dragging you forward. This is why those at the highest vibration always seem to be in the right place at the right time, why their decisions always seem to unfold perfectly, why they are never in a hurry yet accomplish more than most people could in a lifetime. They are not running toward their future. They are existing in it. And because of that, everything happens exactly when and how it is meant to. This is also why fear completely disappears at this level. When you no longer experience time as a linear sequence of events, you stop being afraid of outcomes. You stop hesitating. You stop second-guessing yourself. You move with absolute certainty because you are no longer making decisions based on fear, you are making them based on knowing. This is the difference between those who change the world and those who stay stuck in it. The 1% who reach this level do not operate from doubt. They do not need reassurance. They do not seek permission. They simply are. And in that state, reality itself cannot resist them. But here's the part that will challenge everything you think you know. If reality bends to those at the highest vibration, then what are the limits? What happens when someone reaches a frequency so high that even the most rigid laws of physics begin to lose their grip? There have been accounts, real, documented cases of individuals who have demonstrated abilities that defy everything we understand about human potential. People who have been seen in two places at once. People who have lived for centuries without aging. People who have moved objects with thought alone. These are not stories. These are real events that have been witnessed and recorded throughout history, yet most dismiss them because they do not fit within the narrow framework of what society accepts as possible. And yet, those who understand vibration know that these things are not supernatural. They are simply what happens when someone reaches a state where their energy is powerful enough to influence the very structure of reality. So the real question is this: if this level of existence is possible, why don't more people reach it? What is stopping the rest of the world from vibrating at the highest frequency? The answer is simple: resistance. Fear, doubt, attachment, limiting beliefs, all of these things act like weights, keeping people locked in lower vibrations. And because most people never learn how to release them, they remain trapped in cycles of struggle, missing the reality that has been available to them all along. But here's the truth that changes everything. The moment you decide to let go of everything holding you down, your vibration starts rising immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to spend years meditating on a mountain to reach this state. You simply have to stop resisting. And once that happens, once you allow your frequency to reach its peak, everything begins shifting instantly, effortlessly, permanently. And this is just the beginning, because when you reach this state, something even more extraordinary happens. What if I told you that the highest vibrational beings are not just influencing their own reality, but the entire collective consciousness of the planet? That their energy is so powerful it actually reshapes the world itself. What happens next will challenge everything you thought was possible. Stay with me, because what comes next is the final, undeniable proof that only 1% of people ever reach this level, and why those who do change everything around them forever. When you vibrate at the highest frequency, your existence is no longer just about you. Your energy starts affecting everything and everyone around you, sometimes without you even realizing it. The people who come into contact with you begin to shift, either rising with your energy or falling away because they can't handle it. This is why those at the highest vibration don't need to persuade or convince anyone. Their presence alone is enough. Walk into a room carrying low energy and nothing changes. Walk in at the highest frequency and the entire atmosphere shifts instantly. People turn their heads, conversations adjust. The energy of the space reorganizes itself to match the field you are generating. And this isn't philosophy, this is physics. The strongest frequency in any environment always dominates, and when yours is the highest, you become the center of gravity for everything around you. This is why the rare 1% who operate at this level often find themselves in positions of influence without trying. They are not chasing leadership. They are not forcing success. They are not manipulating situations to work in their favor. They simply exist in a state so elevated that the world naturally aligns itself around them. This is why the most powerful individuals in history, the ones who changed the course of civilization, who built empires, who created movements that lasted beyond their lifetime, always carried an energy that was undeniable. They didn't demand attention. They didn't need to convince anyone of their worth. People simply felt something different around them, something rare, something that made them unforgettable. And that's because they were vibrating at a frequency beyond ordinary human experience. But here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. When you reach this level, your energy doesn't just affect the present moment, it ripples forward into the future. The decisions you make at this vibration have a reach far beyond what you can immediately see. This is why the highest vibrational beings often experience a kind of knowing about where things are heading, an almost supernatural ability to predict events before they unfold. They are not psychics. They are simply tuned into the field of energy that governs reality, and because of that, they can sense shifts before they happen. If you've ever had a gut feeling so strong that ignoring it felt impossible, you've already tasted this. Now imagine living in that state all the time, where you no longer make choices based on guessing or hoping, but from an absolute certainty that can't be explained in words. That is what it means to exist at the highest vibration. And this is why the 1% move through life differently. They are not bound by the same struggles, the same worries, the same limitations that keep most people stuck. They don't waste energy on meaningless battles. They don't get caught in cycles of fear, doubt, or hesitation. They operate from a place where everything is precise, where every action has purpose, where every decision carries a force that others can't quite understand but can always feel. And because of that, they move faster. They succeed faster. They transform faster. While others are still debating whether something is possible, they have already made it happen. While others are questioning if they should take action, they have already arrived at the result. Time bends for them because they are no longer at war with it. And then something even more extraordinary happens. The highest vibrational beings are not just shifting their own reality. They are shifting the collective consciousness of the entire planet. Every thought, every emotion, every belief that a person carries contributes to the energy field of humanity itself. When the 1% operate at their peak, their energy doesn't just affect them, it spreads. This is why the most enlightened beings throughout history have left an impact that never fades. Their presence remains long after they are gone, because their frequency was so high it embedded itself into the energetic fabric of the world. This is why certain places feel sacred, even if no one can explain why. Why certain teachings, certain ideas, certain moments in history hold a power that never weakens. The energy never disappeared. It was so strong that it became part of reality itself. So the real question isn't whether you can reach this level. The real question is whether you are willing to. Because the truth is, nothing is stopping you except the resistance you refuse to release. The moment you decide that nothing matters more than raising your vibration, everything begins shifting instantly. No more waiting. No more struggling. No more searching for proof. Only the undeniable reality that once you step into the highest frequency, you never live the same way again. And once you reach this level, nothing can stop you. Because at the highest vibration, you are no longer chasing life, you are directing it.